In 1995, the Illinois Emergency Management Agency and the Illinois State Police started planning for all-hazard catastrophic events for the state of Illinois. They began that initiative with a comprehensive assessment of Illinois' critical infrastructure and assets, bridges, things like that, to determine what needed to be done in order to plan for and respond to catastrophic events. Illinois has its ice storms and tornadoes and earthquakes and man-made disasters, airplane crashes, things like that, all count. In 2000, the Illinois Terrorism Task Force was formally formed to actually implement the state's terrorism strategy, and it also serves as a governing board to the governor. It advises the governor on what's going on within the state of Illinois and what's going on nationally. Illinois has distinguished itself in a number of ways from the rest of the country. The first thing that we should be extremely proud of is our mutual aid network. We are the largest in the country with law enforcement, fire services, and medical professionals. We have prearranged arrangements with communities across the state. If someone needs help, it's already arranged so that they can do that. So mutual aid is a big thing for the state of Illinois. The second thing is our interoperability. Our communication strategy is beyond anything else in the country. We are able to speak from one end of the state to the other between all first responders and emergency services personnel, and that's unique for this within the state of Illinois. The second is the creation of our statewide Terrorism Intelligence Center, or our STIC Center, and it is an operation that's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, that law enforcement can query on activity that they have noticed within their community, as well as enter data into it so that we're talking to one another across the state, as well as across the country. So one of the other things that Illinois was working on before most of the country was its anticipation of pets and their involvement in catastrophic events. The 2006 Pet Evacuation and Transportation Standards Act came along when the country noticed that people did not want to evacuate without their animals. Many of the individuals who lost their lives in Katrina did so because they were not allowed to take their animals. So Illinois has been instrumental in writing the national standards in how state and local communities need to write their emergency evacuation plans or their emergency plans. Of course, we need money to reinforce many of these projects. Our infrastructure, we can use another VACA system, which is able to detect what's inside containers without opening them, those type of things. So, funds are always an asset to the continuation of our programs. And one of the things that Illinois and the rest of the country does need to continue to work on is personal preparedness throughout the state. It's one thing to have a national plan, it's another thing to have a state plan, but the state plans don't work well unless we take some personal responsibility for what we are doing in our homes, because catastrophic events are all local events, and what happens in your own backyard.